Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about how holozoic nutrition occurs in human being. This again, whole holozoic nutrition in which the whole food is taken in, then broken into simpler substance, occurs in human being also. So here we will learn that how, by completing all the 5 steps of holozoic nutrition, how it occurs in human being. In human being also, human being have a well developed digestive system which help in digestion of food. So first, before discussing a human digestive system, let's see how the steps of holozoic nutrition occurs in human being. First is ingestion. Ingestion means intake of food in buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means that mouth. Yes. So when we put the food inside our buccal cavity, ingestion completed. Keeping the food in the mouth gets completed. Now second step is what? Digestion. In digestion, first the food gets broke down into very simpler substance, and these simpler substance is further used for absorption. So digestion means what? Conversion of complex food into simpler substance. In human body, it starts in mouth by the help of teeth and tongue, where the teeth helps in mastication of food, means that just breaking the food into very small substance. Once you are eating a bite of food, a piece of bread, then what are you doing the next? You are chewing the food. That chewing means you are masticating the food. And in mastication, you are taking the help of tongue also. So this food which gets broken into semi-solid then enters in stomach by the help of food pipe. Food pipe is also known as esophagus, and then it's converted there again into very simpler substance with the help of digestive enzymes and some acid, about which in details we will discuss in our digestive system. Now the third step is absorption. Absorption means the simpler food or the simpler digested food gets absorbed in human body by the help of small intestines, as they have a finger-like projection that is called as villi, designed in such a way to increase the surface area for absorption. Why it is designed? Because so that more and more absorption of digested food can occur there. Now the fourth step is assimilation, in which all the different digested food nutrients gets mixed together in blood and then reach through, by the help of blood, they reaches into different body parts for utilizing energy from it. Now what is our last step? That is egestion, means elimination of undigested food. So the undigested food material after that passes to large intestine and they gets collected in rectum. From there they are removed out, eliminated out from the body by the help of anus. So in this 5 step, the holozoic nutrition occurs in human being. Now let's discuss about our human digestive system. Now let's see the human digestive system, in which the food enters through buccal cavity. This is our buccal cavity, in which it consists of teeth. Here I am showing you only teeth. Tongue is also there. Okay, by this help of teeth and tongue and salivary gland, that gland is present here. It secretes saliva which mixes in food to make it into simpler substance, or we can also say that to convert complex food into semi-solid food. Okay, so that it can pass through the food pipe. This food pipe is also called as esophagus. Students, from here food pipe to anus. At the last one, this is called as alimentary canal. It is a pipe-like structure. I am showing you including stomach, intestine, large intestine. These all are alimentary canal. So the food moves in esophagus to stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped bag-like structure which consists of hydrochloric acid and some enzyme to help in churning of food. Before that, the semi-solid food which passes through our buccal cavity, it moves in esophagus in a kind of manner. That food move like a zigzag manner. This zigzag of food occurs here, and this movement of food is known as here peristaltic movement. Peristaltic means the food directly do not move here, it moves in zigzag way. First here, then this side, then left, then right, then left and right. In this way, the food reaches to stomach. Here in stomach, it is just like our mixer grinder, where the churning of food takes place. Again, what is happening? Digestion. To break the food in very, very liquid form. So, the stomach, with the help of hydrochloric acid in it, which kills the bacteria. If the food that we are taking from buccal cavity may contain bacteria, so those bacteria gets killed by the help of HCl present in our stomach. And how if it is a acid, then our stomach should also get corroded. But how it gets protected? It gets protected by the help of mucous membrane here in our stomach, that releases some alkaline liquid that is called as pepsin enzyme. So here the food gets churned into very, very simpler substance. Especially the partial digestion of protein takes place here. Okay. And then this food moves to small intestine. You can see here the small intestine is connected with two other gland. What are those? One is pancreas, another one is liver. We all know that liver is the biggest gland of our body. And what is its function? It helps in releasing bile juice in intestine, not in stomach. Please, you can see here, these are not the parts of alimentary canal. That's why I have drawn it with the help of blue color. Okay, so here the food gets digested. Complete digestion of food occurs in small intestine. Our small intestine is made up of three parts. What are those? First is duodenum, jejunum and ileum. In duodenum, the complete digestion of food takes place. The food gets digested here. The protein, partial digested protein with the help of trypsin enzyme secreted by pancreas gets digested into amino acid. Then our liver release bile juice, which helps in breaking of fat molecule. That fat molecule, our food consists of fat, like we are eating ghee, oils in our food. So all these things gets break down into very simpler substance by the help of bile juice released from liver. Then it's get completely digested by the help of here the pancreas release enzymes which completely digest it, and then the digested food goes into our small intestine. Which part? Jejunum. Jejunum, where the digestion of food takes place. After complete digestion of food occurs in duodenum part of the small intestine, the digested food moves into jejunum. Jejunum, where the absorption of food takes place. So absorption here, as the small intestine is made up of a finger-like projection structure that is called as villi. Why this finger-like projection is there? You can see here in a single circular, so many finger like projection is there, so that more and more amount of food can be absorbed. The structure is like this due to increase the surface area of absorption. Now the absorption of food takes place here. After that, all the digested food, all the absorbed food nutrients goes to blood and for assimilation. Now what happened to our undigested food? Few of our undigested food moves into vermiform appendix. Beta, this is a vestigial organ. In earlier classes, we have discussed about vestigial organ, that these are the organs present in the body of an organism, but they are not doing any function. We are also saying them as functionless organ. They are present in the body, but they are not doing any kind of function. So earlier when we were eating the cellulose of plant, that time our vermiform appendix was active and it helps in digestion of cellulose of plant. But now, as we have left the habit of eating cellulose, digestion of cellulose, then this become functionless in our body. Then the undigested food which goes into large intestine. This is large intestine by the help of last part of our small intestine called as ileum. Then in large intestine you are observing the dot like structure. These are colon. These colon help in again absorption. If it is possible to absorb water or some of the nutrients from these organ, they try to absorb as much as they can from this colon in large intestine. Then the undigested food goes to rectum, where are they collected, and at the last elimination occurs by the help of anus, where the undigested food moves out from the body. So this is all about our human digestive system, how digestion occurs in our body, and what are the different organs of human digestive system which participate in this process of digesting food and absorbing them in our body for utilizing energy from it. Students, this is all for today, and in the next meeting we will discuss about the different functioning of these all digestive organs, along with how and which kind of enzymes are secreted from different digestive glands like salivary gland, liver, pancreas, along with how the digestion of nutrients takes place in the body. Be safe, stay at home, take care of yourself, and enjoy your day.